Hello, everybody, and welcome to Message Monday, where I aim here is to encourage, educate, and motivate you on topics surrounding your life, career, and business. I am your host, Michael Hogan, and I'm happy to have you guys here with us. Remember to subscribe to the show. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. And if you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the show on YouTube. So I was looking at the TV and the internet, and I saw some footage from the Black Friday sales, and it got me thinking. You saw a lot of people rushing, running, and in some cases fighting over stuff, and I'm like, man, wow, all this for stuff, things, all this negative actions and behaviors that's out there, which is why we have this next section, which is positive news for today. We want to fill our minds with some positive things that's going on out there, so we don't get discouraged with the negative things, because it's quite a lot more negative news floating around than positive news. So the first headline for positive news today is 8-year-old boy saves Christmas for kids in Puerto Rico. So you had an 8-year-old boy. He's from New Jersey, and he told his mom he wanted to donate his Christmas gifts to the kids in Puerto Rico because, they're still struggling with the effects of the hurricane that they went through. And he took it a step further. Him, with his mom, they started a toy drive for Puerto Rico. And at the time of this article, he had over 1,000 toys. So him and his mom, they're going to go to Puerto Rico and distribute the toys. And I was thinking about this. It's so eye-opening. It's so eye-opening and encouraging, because here you are, you have an 8-year-old who's giving up his Christmas gifts. And you don't know too many 8-year-olds who would do that. And you don't know too many adults who would do that. As I mentioned before with the whole Black Friday thing, which happens after Thanksgiving, go figure that. You had a lot of adults fighting over stuff. And this just shows us, this 8-year-old, he's an 8-year-old, and he started a toy drive. How much more can we as adults start some type of drive or some type of nonprofit to help others? I want to give 2 thumbs up to this young boy and his mother for what they did. Now, there are some adults that are giving. Like in this next headline, you have a couple who invested in Bitcoin. They invested in Bitcoin in 2012, and they took all their earnings, the gains, and they donated it. They donated it to the MUSC Holdings Cancer Center in South Carolina. Way to go to this couple. Thank you for that. And I want to share one more. There's a video of a 16-year-old, his reaction as he got accepted to Harvard. I'm not going to go into too many details as to what happened in the video. I'm going to just make sure I include the link so you could check out the video yourself. But he got accepted, and I believe before he was accepted to Harvard, his brother got accepted into Stanford. And that speaks a lot to, the family, the home, how we should make sure we keep the home and the family, healthy. But it also, there's a lot of young teenagers who get a lot of flack and a lot of bad publicity. But here you see some young individuals who are doing something with themselves, who's trying to make, a change in their life and around and those around them. So we want to give, credit and honor to those young men who are moving forward in their careers and in their life. So that's the positive news for today. So today's show is brought to you by Message Mondays. Unleash your creativity. Does your creative freedom bring you closer to your dream, or does fear distance you from your dream? If you want to be inspired to leave fear and express yourself creatively, building the life you want and doing the work you love, make sure you get your copy of Message Mondays Unleash Your Creativity. It's available on Barnes & Noble and Amazon, both in the ebook in paperback format. Make sure you get your copy. And remember, the holiday seasons are around the corner. It will make a great gift. So remember, Message Mondays, unleash your creativity. Go to www.messagemonday.com/UYC. Unleash your creativity for more information. So going into the show today, I wanted to talk about an article I posted. And in the article, I talked about a setback I had. I talked about the conditions, the effects, what I was feeling, and how I was feeling a lack of motivation, and my body seemed tired. I was easily distracted, and things weren't flowing like they should have flowed. And one thing I did realize was I wasn't working out as much as I was because I injured my foot. And that got me thinking how one thing can lead to another thing, like a domino effect. Because this is what I did. I stopped working out because of my foot. But then I also added to the fact that I wasn't working out a bad diet. Instead of eating, healthy snacks like I do for the most part, I started partaking in more unhealthy food, like, for example, chips and chocolate candy, which I do have from time to time, but it was way more frequent during this time. I was taking a break from working out to let my foot sort of heal. I mean, Doritos, they have this new chip. It's called white cheddar, and it's so good. And then I had like some chocolate. I can't remember the name of the chocolate. It's GH something, but you guys know what it is. If you go to any store and you look in the candy aisle, you will see it. They got different flavors and stuff, but I had the milk chocolate with the caramel, and it was so good. But so no working out led to eating bad. Then it led to, me watching a little bit more TV, binge watching, instead of like listening to good podcasts, reading a good book, or writing, working on the blog, I was watching more TV. I started to think about that, how it's like a domino effect, but not enough. It didn't throw me off too much, because it's also, it's like a snowball. If you have good habits for years, you have these good habits, and the snowball is rolling downhill, one little rock or 1 week off isn't going to throw you completely off. But it was enough for me to wake up and catch it. And if I didn't, it could have led to something else, that could lead into your relationships, But I caught it, and I started to think, and I started to work out the way I could work out. I mean, for those who know me, I do martial arts and I run, and that makes up a lot of my workout. But it requires you to stand on your feet. But for an alternative, I could do push-ups, sit-ups. I could do some yoga poses. I could do some core workouts. So for me to not work out, really, I didn't really have an excuse. And for the eating bad, there's just no excuse at all for that. That was just comfort right there, me trying to comfort myself, since I was, using my injury as an excuse. And from this whole thing, I learned that, like, the feeling I was feeling, like being out of whack and things not flowing right and lack of motivation, it was an indicator. It was an indicator of my desire to get back on board, get back into the flow, and continue to pursue and move towards my goals and be successful. But I also learned that it's okay sometimes. It's okay sometimes to relax, take a break from working out, take a break from working, and kind of kick up your feet and have a piece of chocolate from time to time. It's okay. It's just that it has to be balanced. It has to be balanced. But yeah, just wanted to talk to you guys real briefly about that. If you like this show, remember, like, share, comment. If you have any questions about anything, email me, connect@messagemonday.com. As always, guys, have a blessed day. Make today a great day. Make this week a great week. And make sure you have a happy, blessed Christmas if you don't hear from me by then. And we will see you on the next Message Monday.